All right, we are going to move on with Sunburst. The beginning of the piece, just to like a little recap of things, there is a part where you have to do a chuck, right? So you have to do double stops. Right? Make sure you hit the first two strings on that, right? Then again. And again, at the same time. Double chuck. Right, no double chuck, but you know, it's double stops. And again, same thing. Now then you're in third position, right? Sometimes you tend to miss your mark because of wanting to be on fourth position. But be on third position, that's really going to kind of like put everything in perspective. Then collapse your bar. Then you're going to move your second finger. Instead of just losing your position, you're at third, your next note is going to be on the 5th fret. So you're just moving only one position, right? Right? Now the tricky part here is that you have to jump all the way up here. Right? So let's just take a look at that very slowly. Bar and a hinge bar. Second finger stretches out to the 6th string, 5th fret. 4th string for the pinky. Open 3rd string. Right? Am I wrong there? I'm right. Then he actually has you use 1 and 3. I think that's a good idea. And it's a triple chuck here, right? 5th string, 4th string, and 3rd string. With bass, then in the syncopation, and you go back. Mind the position of your pinky because your pinky is going to be your guide finger, right? So you basically slide 2 frets over, so you're in second position. Land 3, land 1, right? Right? So the whole thing, nice and slow. And then you kind of have a reminder of the last iteration of the theme. Now, this is kind of like the Pina Colada part. Well, the Pina Colada part is really coming up later, but it really is kind of a very almost calypso-ish part. Very beautiful. Aha. With I guess D bass this time. And then you repeat, right? So let's break it up nice and slow. So here you are with 1 and 3 on the 10th position, right? 1 is on the 2nd string, 3 is on the 3rd. Right? You play those together with your A bass. Your ring finger is going to be only playing the 1st string. Then 2 is the key, because where 2 is, on the 11th fret, you're going to now place 4. Right? And that's going to guide you to your next position, which is 8th. Slowly. Right, sorry, the first bass was D. Again. Then this time you have to have an empty bass, and then where 2 is, now 3 is going to take over. 1 is going to be now on the 7th fret. 1st string, 3rd finger, 1st string. And then all in 7th position, right? Don't lose your position. And we talked about the hammer-ons, right? Try not to use flat fingers to do hammers. I really have to exert a lot of force in order to do that. If your finger is nice and arched, a lot easier. The second time, harmonics on the 12th fret, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, and then on the 7th fret, right? Now we move on to the next part, right? So I think our first video kind of ended around there. We have this next section that is very beautiful, starts out with third position, right? You tended to lose your position during the lesson. Make sure that you are in third position. So here, you play pretty much in what we call a Pima position. Your index is going to be the third string, your middle finger the second, and your ring finger the first string. So you start on the second string, so you start with your middle finger, pinching with your thumb. You're going to use your ring finger to hook the first string. Your pinky comes to the third string, right? And then you're going to have to let go of your third finger, keep the fourth as you reach out to the second fret for the sixth string. Right, nice and slow. Again, remember, middle finger, hook, index finger, move, sixth string on first, right? And again, that second part, just hook on the outer strings, thumb and ring, index finger on a third, middle finger, second string open. And then your bass. First string open, and you replace 4 with 3 because you're going to need 4 up here, right? So you are ipso facto on fourth position. Right? So what do we do? Index finger, remember Pima position, right? Thumb and index finger, open second string, right? And then open strings. This is kind of like a half chuck, not half stack, but you're playing the third string and the first string. And third finger on the ninth fret, fifth string. And you're doing a double thumb stroke, which is the sixth and fifth string. Basically, for double thumb strokes, you want to make sure that you actually go across the fifth string. So always think I'm going to land on my D string, and that really makes it happen. Right? Nice and slow for that section. A mini bar on the first 3 strings, and you're again going to hit the third and the first strings with index and ring, second finger on the second string, and you do a pull-off. This is a very beautiful part. So from before, you're coming in the syncopation, and then move to fifth position, the same 2 strings, right, with the same bass. This time 3 is on the 7th fret. And then 1 is replaced by 2. As you pull off 2 to 1, notice that 1 is already prepared there in the 4th position. I play my bass. 2 comes up to the second string. You can either play the first string or pull it off. I actually prefer to pull it off, right, because it's a very nice sonority. And then get yourself to the second position, pull up, 3 on the 4th string. And then you're going to repeat the whole thing and get back here. Now, the second time we have what I call the Calypso Rhythm, right? It's a lot of fun, right? So you have, sorry. Easiest to teach is just this part, because you notice that the pattern on the right hand is the same everywhere. So start with 1 and 3 here in second position. 1 is on the 3rd string, 3 is on the 4th string. You play them together with your D bass, well, your E bass, but right now it's into D, right? You're going to hook this, so that was index and middle. Now you're going to use middle and ring to get the first 2 strings. So, and then 1 creeps up to the D string, and you chuck, you play double stops on the 3rd and 4th string. Then hit your bass right after that. Here's where the bass and the melody are going to be off sync, right, in syncopation. First 2 strings, bass, switch back, for, middle 2 strings, bass, first strings, switch back. So when you play it quicker, it actually makes a lot of fun. Right? And then you're going to have to do quite a stretch later on, but we'll work on this section of the piece as you master this particular passage.